Hey yo, what's up everybody? We're kicking another Sesh with Rypt. Today's video, we're doing those game clears, and we also taking a look at the new Majin Buu instance and seeing what the big deal is all about. Yeah, what the big deal is all about, because I go into some instances, drop some tickets down. I know it's been a day, but nobody knows how to do this yet, and I'm taking losses, taking hits. So we're going to go look over those losses and see why we lost, how we could avoid losses in the future, and actually see and understand what this new instance is all about, because it's going to be here for the next 2 months. You can't run away from it. You can't hide. So you might as well understand. Knowing is half the battle, GIs. And your head Cobra commander here is going to give you the mission briefing of how to do this shit. But first, we got to consult with the general. Yes, that's right. The head Mary Jane. Always consult with the general first. Got to get the direct orders. So we got to pack ourselves a bowl here and get ripped. Well, first, yeah, let's do that. Before Mary Jane slaps up on the fucking head and say, "What are you doing here? Wasting time." Hatan Hut.
About face. Forward march. Alright, maggots.
I'm just kidding. Got a lot of red dots here. I'm not going to fucking take care of them. I'm just going to do normal, quick clears, and I'm going to go up and down the games. Mainly doing this video for the instances. And look, we got a fail. Fail. Why we fail? Why we fail? Got a lot of colors here. And every time you kill an elite, like you see in there in the gold lane, another green pops up. So you need a lot of blues here. Especially for the greens. Every green mob that you kill without a blue will spawn another Buu. And the Boos, oh man, they stun you. You take damage when you go over them. The boss itself will absorb a Buu on the elite. Or sorry, will absorb the elite. So when the boss absorbs the elite, the boss does 40% more damage. And that's stacked every single time he absorbs an elite. So we'll see here. There you go. He absorbs one, and he might just absorb that other one down there as well, too. Because we got stunned here, because that guy is not blue. And we're probably going to get stunned here yet again. And because we didn't kill that elite, the boss is probably going to absorb that, increasing his damage another 40%. Oh, look at this. We're just getting stun locked. Oh, luckily we killed that elite without him absorbing it. So what's the big problem here? You know why as well? There's so many other Boos coming across the boss lane here. There's 2 Boos on the boss lane slot up on the top. And that's going to cycle across and hit all these games that are fresh. So even though these games aren't taking any damage, they're all going to take damage because they're going to pass by all the Boos. So that's another way you could lose. If you don't have the proper colors, and if you have all these Boos just floating around, like I was trying to explain in the other video, they only fly across the screen and they keep going across. So if you don't take care of them, if there's 2 or 3 laying around, they can keep going and hitting the other games, and your other games just take damage, they get stunned. Again, now the boss is ×2 buff, so he's doing 80% more damage against you. So in this instance, you really have to take care of the Boos, or else every single team that's up in that first position to fight the boss is going to encounter a Buu. It's going to get trapped. They're going to take damage, and they're probably going to take damage twice. See, everyone here probably took damage 2 or 3 times over because there's too much Boos. So that's why you can lose. Another example, at least at the boss position. We got a yellow right at the front here. You want to put blues over greens as much as possible. Alright, but we were lucky to have a win here. Maybe just because of... Because we don't have enough colors here. We've got a lot of colors, sorry. 3 color and 4 blue. And at least we have enough firepower. I think that's all it is. So, you know, if the general instance is strong enough, the players are, I guess you could take down the boss here. Right, I'm not going to bother with that 3-star, but we ran into some other failures on other games. Oh yes, be prepared. So little tips and pointers of how to place your games, what colors you're going to have to use. Predominantly, you want to use 6 blue and 1 color, maybe a red or a yellow. In this instance, like I said before, you're going to have to be economical. Do not expect what you were getting before. We all just got, a pay cut. You're like, why? What did I do? Well, lots of things. And now we just all got a pay cut, and you have to fucking live with it now. So, popping your tickets into random instances like I tried to do today, I was a fool. Maybe people have already encountered some things, but no. And we ran into a lot of failures. We're going to see why we failed. And it's mostly because what I've seen is just other people using the wrong colors to recruit players into their instance. You're going to need much more blues, if not, and everyone has to be blue. If you don't want to lose, and you're not too sure about setting up the map anyways, you want 7 blues. Your chances of failure is that much lower if you have 7 blues. Alright, so we're going to make sure we do a little bit of clears here before we move on to the other games and examine some of these instances here. We're trying to cut down losses, obviously, for everybody, because it sucks to lose, and it sucks just to lose out on coins to progress your teams for the turn, for that store. For anything too, for shin cabs, for triple S picks, whatever you might need. You don't want to take any losses, or you want to minimize. But yeah, is that right? Minimize as much losses as you possibly can. So I suggest I was doing a lot of. I did. On the mothership, we're used to doing 5 stars and 6 stars. We're only doing 4 stars now. See, 4 stars and a 5 star. We have to practice what we preach. We can't be the fucking preacher in the church that are like, oh God, this and that and the other, and he's stuffing his cock down the fucking the organ player's throat when no one's around. You know what I mean? You have to. I learned from experience. Even though I have good games, even though the games are strong, it doesn't matter. Putting your ticket into a random instance where people don't know what they're doing is going to make a loss, no matter how strong games are. And hopefully people are going to wake up to that fact very quickly. Plan and strategize. And if you are a person that opens up a key and you don't know what you're doing, ask someone. Just fucking ask. I had a guy in there, and I was like, slow down a little bit. All of a sudden, I seen fucking 3 squares move and 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. I'm like, whoa, okay. And off we go to a loss. So slow down. What's the rush? What are you doing, man? Are you trying to bang your girl, but it's not really your girl, and her fucking husband's coming at the door, and you're like, ding, ding, ding. He's here. There's no rush, pal. Just fucking relax. Open it up, right, and ask. Especially if you don't know what the fuck you're doing. Just ask. There's no harm. I know we're all guys, and guys just hate. Well, guys are stupid. That's why you don't fucking ask, and you lose. Just try not to use your fucking whatever the hell, and use some goddamn common sense. So, we're going to see why. Oh, we're going to see this instance. Perfect. So right off the bat, we got a lot of color here. And we're not covering that gold lane up. That's why we got an extra boo up on the map here where we shouldn't. So it's good you have to plan this. Even though there might be a lane free where there's not maybe a green or anything there, once you kill an elite, a green will pop up anywhere. So lanes are never free. You can't just put a gold ticket in any lane just because it might be free. I know that gold lane wasn't free at the start of the map, but some maps might have a free lane. You can't just place any color in a free lane because when you kill an elite, any green can spawn anywhere. You need blues to just make sure. See, it just pops up anywhere. If it didn't pop up right in front of him, you would have had more of a problem. So we got 2 more boos. Another one just hit us. Another one down here we're all gonna get hit here in the portal lane over and over again. Oh, that's a bad spawn. Now we got four boos up. Terrible. No colors to cover them. And 2 of those boos are up circling the boss spot right here. So the boss spot's doomed. And guys, that's why you can't have any colors. Even if it looks like like I said, there's 2 red and a yellow. Well, those 2 red and a yellow could have covered up a boo and avoided disaster. Complete disaster. Some of these games are going to get hit again. And that's what you don't want. Boom. Just getting booed. Just getting booed. Over. Oh, no. Gang raped. Now, look. 40%. And we haven't even got up here yet. He's getting fucked. That's why, guys. Make sure you have blues. Especially if you're new to this, you don't know what you're doing. Just get blues. Don't get any other colors but blues. And the best format for this that will always kind of work is just put 3 games in the boss lane. Alright? You see on the mothership, we got the example here. I'm usually putting all the games up in the boss lane anyways. And in this instance as well, too, I could have put blue, red, blue instead of putting blue, blue, red. In this setup, the red at the bottom got hit by a boo, and we could have avoided that if you put blue, color, blue, and that positioning would have stopped all the boos. So the easiest way to do this is just stack most of the games in the boss lane and put maybe 2 games in the portal lane. Sometimes if the map, again, if there's maybe 2 or 3 mobs in the boss lane, you might want to put 3 games there. If there's only maybe 1 game in the boss lane, you might want to put 2 games there and 3 in the portal. But you don't want to put 1 in the boss, 3 in the portal. You don't want to do any of that stuff. You want to put most on every single day and every map. You want to put most of the games in the boss lane. That positioning will work. So we're able to trap a boo here too. Moving on over. We're going to get hit here. Stunned again. And because of that, this blue ticket's not going to get utilized. The one in the middle. So that's why putting that blue ticket last, it would have got utilized. It would have got trapped. But anyways, Bong Hito was strong enough once he got hit to kill the boss anyways. So that's another strategy to employ too. When you're doing your setups, especially for the boss lane, it all depends what's in the boss lane here too. So there's 2 boos at the front and a green. So you got to look at that as basically 3 spaces that are already taken. All right? And since no one's going to get into that middle space here, since no one's going into that middle spot, what you might want to do is put blue, color, and blue. And that will ensure that when the other boos pass to that lane, before it hits the bottom, that bottom one will be blue and you'll be able to trap a boo. Because there's a pattern on every single map that sometimes will require blue, blue, color, or blue, color, blue. In that order, okay? And that's the only way to do this instance, is either put all the games in the boss lane or put all the games in the portal lane. It's that easy. And you need blues. If you don't have any blues, you're going to fail. Or there's a higher, much higher chance of failing in the first place. Much, much higher. All right, so let's get back here, do these clears. This instance is a big pain in the ass, and remember, it's going to last us for a couple months. The easiest strategy is to just put, if you're new and you're not too sure about anything, just put 3 blue games in the boss lane. Put 2 blue in the portal, and then put 1 in each chest lane, and you're good to go. That's the simple strategy, and that should work pretty much for every map. If you noticed a trend in the Frieza instance, all the games and all the instances you just set up the same way and win. This way, it's also if you notice a trend, it's the same shit. If you You set it up a particular way, you'll get a particular result, and it's usually in the boo instance, you want to put the games in the boss lane as much as possible, especially if you got lanes to clear. Like, there is a green, there's an elite, and then another green. You definitely want all the games in the boss lane. You want one good game to clear all that as well, too. You got to have a street sweeper. One game that'll clear everything, and then the other. In this instance in particular, that's my strategy as well. If there is games in the boss lane, right, that like there's a green, there's an elite there, whatever, you want to put one of your stronger games first to clear all that out. One game should be the clear, and then the other games, as much as possible, are saves for the boss. That's my strategy. So you only use one game to clear the way, and have the rest of the games hit the boss as much as possible without taking damage from the other boos. So you'll have the best possible chance of killing the boss, especially once it starts to absorb the elites. Once it absorbs the elites, it's just increased damage by 40%. And that's going to be that much harder for everyone to stay alive. In this instance as well, too, everybody's a revive. I should have paid more attention to the mobs that you encounter. They're all Spopovich and Yemen and evil boost. So they're all revive and they're all bleed. AoE bleed as well, too. So they do a ton of damage. A ton of AoE damage, ton of bleed damage. And the ticks tick for a lot as well, too. So if you are in like a 5 and a 6 star, and the boss is doing 40% damage to you, it does a lot of damage to you. So you want to kill as well, too. You want to kill elites as fast as possible. You don't want them to linger on. If elites are encountered lower on in the map, get rid of them as fast as possible, especially in any lanes. Doesn't matter what it is, because once he starts absorbing those elites, he's going to do increased damage, and that's when the boss is that much harder to kill. So everybody has like a Vados right now, Champa. Those are great units to actually help with this instance, because Champa's healing himself, and Vados got that shield with increased defense. So it really helps as well, too, to have those particular units in your party, which the majority of the population does have to begin with. Alright, we can't even do this one. Not enough power. At least we got one finishing up here. We got a lot of quests in this adventure today. So many. So we can bang this one off with just Frieza alone. Maybe, yeah, for sure. So we got him at Android, makes up a nice combo. Still can't get that, not enough. Just do this 4-hour one and just move on. This instance is going to have some economic downtimes, so just make sure, you make your tickets count. Let's put it that way. You only get an X amount of tickets per day, and you don't want to just throw them away like I did today on a few randoms. Check out some more of those losses as well. Didn't go too well today. Learned can't really do the 5 stars yet. So that's the same instance I was there before. That's my own. We'll see what happened here. Yeah, this guy had a much better understanding. He had 6 blues and 1 red. Much better, at least, understanding of how things work. But maybe you didn't have to put some of these games doubled up. There's only 3 games here are going to the boss. There's nothing to teleport you in this instance. So whatever you put here is going to be hitting the boss, and only 3 games hit the boss. And just my own here. Hopefully this guy right here, if he just stays there, he'll absorb that boo coming in. Oh, nope. That red there is going to take some damage. At least up here, hopefully he'll absorb that one. If not, he'll miss it again. Great. So there's not too many boos encountered here. Not bad. So we're able to cover up one here as well. Oh no. See, that's another wasted blue if you just popped it over here. Now we got a few boos spinning around and a blue ticket that's kind of wasted. So use all your games in portal lanes or in boss lanes, because that's the only opportunity you have of hitting the boss as well too. See, these games over here, maybe one of them should have... You only need one game per chess lane. Alright, just make it simple. One game per chess lane, just so you don't have to waste that blue up here, because there's a lot of boosts on these map here spinning around. Luckily, this is just a 4-star instance, so we'll see if the Pride team, we'll see what it actually does here. Oh, come on, and then load. Get in there, yeah. So on a 4-star, we're able to do about 50%. Not bad. So somebody else here must have finished it off without encountering one of the boos. Oh, whoa. He did encounter a boo anyways. Unfortunate. So hopefully he was enough here. So we encountered another one. Hopefully these guys were both enough. Even though they were able to take some damage, they knocked off the boss anyways. Yeah, great. So even though some teams are able to encounter the boos and take a little bit of damage, they're able to kill the boss as well. Like Bong Hito down here in the 5-star instance, even though we got trapped in a boo, we were still able to kill the boss, but it was a red ticket, at least. Alright, so let's get this game cleared and move on to the next. There's a couple more we could learn from as well, too. There's a few strategies you can use as well to trap boos. Like in this instance, one of the boos was right down at the boss lane. So what you could have done here was put the game next to it and the space. See, damn, it didn't stop. But if you would have put that game in the silver lane right in the second space, it would have caught that boo in the boss lane, instead of using one of your tickets in the boss lane anyways. So you could move games down in order to trap boos if you don't want to use games in the boss lane to trap the boos. You could use other games and other positions to trap the boos. Alright, it gets it's not as complicated as it seems, but it takes a little bit of time to get used to the timing of the boos and when they move around the map. So some maps are going to be harder than others. Today was a pretty difficult map because there was a lot of boos laying around anyways. And even though you might have 7 blues in your instance, you're still going to have more boos spinning around anyways. So that can be a problem as well. Take this leveling up here to 320. The 320 dies both soon. This game updated very shortly. Still so far away from getting the right amount of resources here. Alright, that looks like the only quest we could probably do for this one. We're out of here. Oh, so close. Let's get this and leave. Come on. In this game, sorry, in Scam-wise, we did run up a little bit of resistance here. So we'll check out what's going down here. In this 4-star instance, oh, we just got all color. So with all, that's pretty much why. This is the guy that was like, hey, hold on, man, just hold on, but he wasn't holding on. And this guy as well, too, we'll see. We just got a lot of color as well here, too. Just making more boos. If you got a yellow hitting the green, you're just going to make more, and you're basically not covering up as much as possible here, too. You don't have to double up on chess lanes as well too. We got 2 games in a chess lane. You don't need 2 games on a chess lane. That might help as well too with formations. Just go 1 game per chess lane, 3 in the portal. Sorry, 3 in the boss lane and 2 in the portal. That's your safest bet. Okay, we're moving on pretty quick. I'm moving on pretty quick. This has been long-winded. Oh my lord. And we're late. Well, how about this? We'll cut it short because that was mainly a long-winded explanation of the Majin Buu instances. We took care of a couple instances, seeing how things can actually be done, what to improve on, and what to do, and what to suggest actually for what you can do for your instances. Main suggestion is, if you don't know what you're doing, get 7 blues, stack 3 of them in the boss lane, 2 in the portal lane, and 1 in each chest lane. That's basically it. Thank you for kicking a sesh. Take care, everybody.